Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome everyone. Thank you for being with us again for another Bhagavatam Bites session. And I'm here with a wonderful friend of mine, person who now to all of you needs no introduction. But we're here with Michael Dixon and in his place down in Maryland, visiting with the family. And we're in the rocking room where we have the rocking chairs. And we sit and discuss Bhagavatam and life in general. And behind us you can see the collection of his wonderful books, Bhagavatam and so many other books that he's read and is reading and that we discuss. So we're very happy to have you back with us again, Michael.
I'm happy that you're here.
Thank you.
We don't get together often, but when it does, it's quality, not quantity.
I agree. And we do get to catch up on the phone sometimes.
Yeah.
Whenever
sure.
I'm not running around doing too many other things. But we have our Thursday calls, or sometimes I'm on the phone with you and I doze off.
I know. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So anyway, it's lovely to have you here. We're continuing our reading of the Bhagavatam, as we were just discussing, from the 4th canto. And we're in chapter 26, which is entitled King Puranjan Goes to the Forest to Hunt. And we're going to pick up today with text number 4.
4.
So we start with the invocation.
Yes.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Lovely. Okay. So text 4, would you like to read the
I'll
translation?
Read the translation is, it was almost impossible for King Puranja to give up the company of his queen, even for a moment. Nonetheless, on the day, being very much inspired by the desire to hunt, he took up his bow and arrow with great pride and went to the forest, not caring for his wife. Should I keep going?
Yeah, read the purport.
One form of hunting is known as woman hunting. A conditioned soul is never satisfied with one wife. Those whose senses are very much uncontrolled, especially try to hunt for many women. King Puranja's abandoning the company of his religiously married wife is representative of the conditioned soul's attempt to hunt for many women for sense gratification. Wherever a king goes, he is supposed to be accompanied by his queen. And when the king or conditioned soul becomes greatly overpowered by the desire for sense gratification, he does not care for religious principles. Instead, with great pride, he accepts the bow and arrow of attachment and hatred. Our consciousness is always working in two ways, the right way and the wrong way. When one becomes too proud of his position, influenced by the mode of passion, he gives up the right path and accepts the wrong one.
Kshatriya
kings are sometimes advised to go to the forest to hunt ferocious animals, just to learn how to kill. But such forays are never meant for sense gratification. Killing animals to eat their flesh is forbidden for human beings. Wow, that's a lot in that. I mean, there's a lot of that hits home.
Okay.
I don't remember one quite like that, but it's dead on. Just say words.
Please share some realizations, something that stood out for you.
We see this growing up in. Because I'm 83 now, so I have some some things that I could get into on a lot of this. First of all, I'm not a hunter, and I'm not a fisherman either. I agree exactly about hunting and fishing and killing animals, and so it's always been with me for some reason. I don't know why, but even then it was not an attraction. How do I know the difference? My father was an avid fisherman. He wasn't a hunter, but he fished. He went fishing every time he can. And my son Jeffrey is the same way. He loves to fish. But the difference between my father and my son is my son is a fly fisherman, and he's just fishing for the sport of it, and then he doesn't kill the fish. Once he catches it, he releases it. Now I have nothing against that, other than it's torture for the fish sometimes. But my father, on the other hand, he was a big eater, and he used to take us to Canada, and we went to Canada fishing. I didn't like it. I didn't like it all fishing. I liked being in Canada. It was great. It was beautiful. But I was bored to death at fishing. And at the end of the day, or the end of the week that we were there, he would have a trunk full of fish. This was way back when there was no
Not so many laws or
restrictions on how many fish you could have. Eventually, that big lake with all the lakes around it, there was like 5 lakes. They fished them all out, and this is like the wonderful fish. I can't remember the name of it up in Canada. That is just the most delicious fish you'd ever want to eat. And so he was bringing back just stuff to last all winter, and so that to me always And so as I got older and older, I went less and less with him. So that's one part, and the other part is as far as your wife goes, and that's another game completely different. But it's true. I mean, growing up and seeing in college or in high school or in everything, always the beauties, all the ones that that were real attractive and everything, they were the ones that all the men or all the boys were after. And after one thing, that's sense gratification. Sex. And usually that made them very popular. A real coincidence is, and Alice has shared this with me many times. We didn't go to the same schools together. She was in Indianapolis. I was in Logansport in Indiana, and she had all these. She felt like she wasn't really part of the group. She wasn't as attractive as the rest of the girls. She had a complex because all those other girls, they were all they were all real popular, and some of them were putting out. They were. So this is what it comes to, and today, guess who has the best marriage of all of them?
I can't imagine.
And guess who is the most wonderful person you'd ever want for a wife, and guess what the other ones are doing? Most of them aren't even married and never married, and she can't figure that out. Alice says, "Why didn't they get married?"
Some of them never even got married.
Yeah, well, when the boys got done using them, they moved on to another one.
That's
and so,
right.
So
and then you get a reputation.
Yes.
And
so that sex sense gratification or sex gratification, it's the same thing. I mean, it's it leads us down the path of materialism and fast, and it never has a happy ending. Let's put it that way. It's not that way. So in a way, I feel sorry for those real attractive girls, because they're the ones that and I'm as guilty too. I dated one, but then she found another boyfriend, and then another boyfriend after that, and another boyfriend after that. And she was Catholic. She graduated from school. She didn't go to college, and she had a baby maybe 2 years or 3 years after she was married, and that's it. So that leads to provincialism, which means you stay in the same town that you were born in and went to school in and everything, and that's small town United States. So it's
you just settle and that's it.
Right, you settle. It's a thing that a lot of people just don't understand or can't understand. But it's there.
Okay.
So it's I was fortunate to live in both fields, but both provincial. You have provincial world, and then you have the world of too much of
traveling or not.
right, and living in a big city. When you live in a big city, you see more, become more aware. In a little city, it's not. It's you're only aware of what's going on around you. But it's a more tranquil and a better place to grow up in. But not to stay in after you
grow up a
grew
bit.
up. You're the same way. In the same way. I mean, you got out of here. You if you hadn't gone to London, we wouldn't be sitting here today.
Probably not. Yeah, we wouldn't be sitting here. That's right.
So
Having this
Krishna
conversation.
has looked after both of us.
Yes.
And
yes,
so
yes.
that's what draws us. Even though we were miles apart, even though just by coincidence you came walking down to my house, even though by coincidence you graduated with my daughter. From so we're a generation apart, it doesn't make any difference. We're still right on together. We're more like brothers than we are. We're just we have so much in common. and what causes all that? Well, it's becoming aware of Krishna and the spiritual realm, and the material realm as well, and that's what keeps us going.
Yeah, it keeps us connected. And how long have you and Alice been married now? How many years? Just
56 years, I think it is.
56.
Well,
years.
our 60th wedding anniversary was on 2015, 50th.
Oh, 50th.
The 50th.
Yes.
2015. So it's 60
Oh,
years.
so 60 years.
Yeah, we've been
I
married
thought
60
it was
years.
a big one that you just
it's
celebrated.
60. Yeah, we didn't celebrate it, but no, 50th we celebrated big. We went down to the local. There's a local spot that they have. It's a wonderful, like a
Outdoors.
outdoor with pavilions and everything, and that's where the purple martins are.
Okay. Purple martins are birds.
The birds, yeah,
Beautiful birds.
that are attached to mankind. They come up from Hawaii, from South America every year, but yeah, it's we had a big wing ding for our 50th, but then on our 60th we said no, enough of that.
Take it easy.
Yeah, it's time to slow down.
But 60 years, I think we can all agree, is an immense and massive achievement, accomplishment.
Yeah.
And I think I have to agree with Michael. His wife is certainly such a wonderful lady, so kind-hearted, so generous, so understanding, so caring, and they've been together for so many years. So this is a great accomplishment. So the woman hunting idea, and of course that's also there. I think there's also man hunting.
Oh yeah.
It's not just
there's man hunting
relegated to women doing, but to men doing the activity, but ladies also do. And of course in the modern age, everybody's hunting whatever they're hunting, men hunting men,
That's right.
women hunting
Right.
men, people hunting
sense
whatever.
gratification.
Sense gratification is just out of control, and people are
Absolutely out of control.
just doing whatever they can
and this is just one thing that we just happened to pick up on this purport.
Purport, yeah.
Purport.
Oh, one thing.
I'm just thinking, sometimes you can go through these books and not hit something like that.
Yeah.
But
Well, I appreciated Prabhupada. He kind of nailed this thing. It's like our consciousness is always working in two ways.
okay,
In the purport.
the purport. Yeah, right.
He said it's working in two ways: the right way
And
the wrong way. And it's like,
Yeah, that's
okay. I mean, you just go,
he gives us both.
God,
gives
that's
us-
so simple.
yeah,
It's so true. And
what a great way of explaining that.
And then he mentions that when one becomes too proud of his position, he gives up the right path and acts in the wrong way.
Yeah.
And that really reminded me of the biblical statement, I guess, that pride cometh before a fall.
Yeah. Pride cometh before a fall.
And so when one becomes proud, Prabhupada denotes that is driven by the mode of passion. Passion leads to ignorance, and basically it leads to someone falling down. And then he mentions the Kshatriya kings are advised to go to the forest and hunt. So then another topic that was mentioned here is the hunting, which you picked up on, which has kind of always been a little bit bewildering for me when you read, because having learned about the principle of not eating meat, and also to some extent the idea of ahimsa and not being violent to animals or being violent to anyone or anything.
Right.
Then to hear that these Kshatriyas, the kingly class or the military class, that they were encouraged to hunt, and it always kind of made me think, why is that? But then if we understand that they're meant to be the persons who also protect us in the event of some sort of warfare.
Right, right.
So not everyone is a natural warrior.
Right.
But some people have a natural inclination
to hunt,
kill.
Well,
to fight and
yeah.
to protect and
Yeah.
to shelter, and that's what a Kshatriya is meant to do.
I think that comes with a lot with incarnation.
With incarnation,
reincarnation.
Oh, yes, coming from a previous life. You mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So many of these things, absolutely, we carry forward. So, but yeah, if you have that inclination, then those persons are given a sort of license to go out and hunt. But they also weren't, Prabhupada mentions here, they weren't hunting to eat the meat to satisfy their own tongue and belly, but they were actually hunting and different places described. First they were hunting so that they become more expert at being a warrior, at being basically a killer, learning how to use weapons. But the other thing is that they also keep in check the animal population.
Yes.
Because we know, I was just with someone yesterday and they said that in one place where they have a house that they have so many deer there that they can't plant any flowers or any vegetables or anything because the deer just come and eat it all. So in one sense, it's not like, okay, we just don't, there has to be a balance in society, in the structure. So like that. True. But in general, in principle, we don't really encourage that principle of killing and going, and especially you mentioned the lake, the lakes where they just took
all the fish out of it.
Yeah. And that reminds me, you remember in the Nectar of Instruction, I'm sure you read that one. The Nectar of Instruction is a small book.
Yeah.
That Prabhupada talks about the nature of, because he mentions about overeating and over-collecting.
Oh, yeah.
And he says that, like, a squirrel will come, and if it finds a bag of nuts or a bag of grains, it will take one and go away and store it.
Right.
But if a human comes, he'll drag the whole bag away and try to eat it all.
Right.
So basically driven by lust and greed and passion, all of these things.
Welcome to the material world.
Welcome to the material world. Yes, absolutely. So, I think that, like you said, that purport is a kind of not a one of a kind exactly, but it's always.
Oh, that's what I look for when I'm reading, and I don't hit on every purport. I'm not going to give them the credit for having all of them are like that.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to struggle through it. But when you hit on something like that, that's what happens.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see. Let's see this slide. We're going to go for. If you look at those books, you see all the markers, see all the different markers. So this is all markers that Michael has in the books from where he was reading the Bhagavatam, and certain points really stood out to him. So then he started marking in so many places and making notes of. So this is...
But it got overwhelming. So I haven't...
Well, I think what you can see is that although you said it's not every purport, but that's a good thing. It's not every purport.
Oh boy, it is a good thing.
But that looks like a lot of purports had some very powerful points.
That's sure. And those purports will change you immensely.
Yay!
Change your way of thinking about everything. And it's just wonderful.
Actually, we're gonna conclude now, but I wanted to end by just sharing with you that the other morning I gave class in the Brooklyn Temple.
Oh, really?
And
Brooklyn.
And when I was giving the morning class, I opened the class by sharing how the Bhagavatam is so accessible to everyone. Well, actually, we were reading from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. We were reading about the life of Lord Chaitanya, which Michael is just rereading the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And I shared about how you were reading the teachings of Lord Chaitanya and how the Chaitanya Charitamrita, that entire book about the life of Lord Chaitanya, Srila Prabhupada said that's the PhD.
I got that marked in there. I found it.
Oh, you found what
I found
it. Yeah. And so I was saying that it's like not so easy to access the teachings of Lord Chaitanya.
No.
You've had to read through it again, and the first time you were like, What is going on here?
The first time I you know, it didn't hit me, and it was just. So I said, I haven't given this a chance because Jai kept saying how it's a wonderful book and everything, and I said, what's so wonderful about it? You know? Well, you see, and this is like when you have the purports, when they go in and they say, now you have 15 things of this and 16 of that, and everything. It goes through that after about reading that for a while.
That's like, whoa,
that's a little bit too rough. And so that's what was going on there. And I said, I haven't given it a chance. And so at the end, I felt like I hadn't read it. You know, it was one of those things. So I slow things down. When that happens, okay, I'm not going to read you know, one big long chapter a day, or I'll go real slow, because you can skip over things on this if you're not careful.
Yes. You just read for reading's sake instead of reading to retain or understand.
What happens is your mind wanders, and the older you get, like myself, and then you throw in the short-term memory loss. You can, you know, it's very easy to forget, real easy, what you just read. So as the slower you go, the better you're off. Yeah.
There you go.
It's quality, not quantity.
Yes.
That's true of life. Quality, not quantity. Doesn't make any difference how long you live or what you do. It's you've got to be quality. You got to go through this life with thinking about other people and not necessarily yourself, and making people happy, and you know, and making them aware of what's going on, to come up to this, I don't know if it's a level or something of understanding, and that's not saying you're superior or anything like that or anything. It's just you know, understanding the truthfulness of what's going on in the world and everything. It is material. Most people don't think about the material world and the spiritual world and what the difference is, and
that's for sure.
And it's, you know, if more people understood that, and instead of clinging to different types of religions that are out there that are not focused on it, you would, you know, we'd have more intelligent people. Not intelligent, but more people who are aware. I don't use the word intelligence because just aware, just aware of how this world is, and how to react in it. And to me, that's the key. That's the key of longevity of keeping the world in a better place.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Michael, for joining us today, and for your friendship, and for your enthusiasm and your inspiration. And thank you all for tuning in. And if you have any comments, please, you can put them in the post and we can share with Michael. And also, don't forget to like. I'm used to having Bhava Bhakti with me here. Like, subscribe. Gosh, I can't even remember them all now.
You're getting too close to me.
No.
There's short-term memory losses.
like, subscribe, share, and comment. That's it.
There it is.
Okay, take care, everyone. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.